Hi, this is Dan Meyer with RCO Wireless News. We're live at the CCA event here in Las Vegas. I'm here with Steve Barry, President and CEO of CCA. Steve, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Dan. Thanks for having us.
No problem. Well, obviously, maybe we'll start with the name change. I mean, I'll probably say RCA several times while I'm here, but obviously the new name is the Competitive Carrier Association. Can you, I guess, give us a little background on the name change and kind of what it means for the association to kind of, I guess, refocus on perhaps a bigger, broader market?
Oh, yes, and thank you. And thank you for being a sponsor and a strategic partner of this show. We truly appreciate it. This is the first CCA show, Competitive Carriers Association. And you're right, it is a big deal. It reflects more or less the composition of our membership now and where we're going on the policy issues. About 18 months ago, we kicked off this Unite the Carrier program, and we have now successfully represent every wireless carrier in the United States except the duopoly, the big two. So the Competitive Carriers Association simply put our carriers that want to encourage policies and policies that support a competitive marketplace. Our guys want to be able to get on the field, suit up and get on the field and compete. And those that don't want to do that are not members of CCA. So I think it distinguishes us also in the advocacy role, because people in Congress and people down at the FCC, everybody, when you say you're Competitive Carriers Association, they realize you're a larger entity, you have a much more varied background of members than we once did. You know, we have over 100 wireless carriers that are currently members. We picked up a couple more just yesterday. Yep. We have almost, we're approaching 200 associate members, which are the vendors, suppliers that support this ecosystem. So the Competitive Carrier Association is a focus on policy, but it's also an entire ecosystem that we're trying to bring together so that everyone will have an opportunity to innovate and provide great new services to the customer.
Yeah, and it obviously shows too. I mean, with the lineup you guys have with speakers, I mean, you got some of the big carriers involved in this now, so it definitely seems like a much broader show for you guys as well. So.
Oh, and Jim Alling this morning from T-Mobile. They've had a lot of changes going on at T-Mobile. I joked today that we felt like we were front and center on the AT&T T-Mobile merger, which didn't happen, and we were very delighted to pick up a new member because of it. So Jim had a little laugh with us and agreed, though, that it's the competitive policy issues that really unite our carriers. It's a one vote, one carrier, one vote organization. It's those uniting factors on the competitive policies. It doesn't really break down to regional size, large, big, small. It really breaks down to what are the policy issues that are most important for us.
Well, I guess maybe looking forward to the next 6 to 12 months, what are some of those big challenges you guys see coming up regulatory-wise? I mean, obviously there's a lot of big stuff coming up in front of the FCC in the next couple of weeks. Roaming has always been an issue. Devices are always an issue. What do you see as maybe those big challenges that you're going to focus most of your attention on over the next 6 to 12 months or so?
Well, you're right. There's going to be a lot of policy issues coming up. You know, there's two huge issues on the FCC's agenda probably Friday, this week. So we're hoping that we'll see some movement on the spectrum aggregation NPRM. I think that'll be a very positive step. We'd like to see the Commission take a much more active role in interoperability, the NPRM on interoperability. And that's an issue that has been front and center, not only in the AT&T Qualcomm purchase, but also the Verizon Spectrum Co. purchase. And quite frankly, you heard today on today's panel with 5 CEOs that interoperability is the key that allows many people, especially consumers, to benefit by the enormous technology opportunities that are out there. So those are some key issues. But we're coming to the end of an administration, and Chairman Janikowski is, I keep telling him he needs the trifecta. And the trifecta is he's got the AT&T merger, which did not happen. He successfully passed the roaming order, and we hope we with his help and our support will sustain it in court. And then the next thing is spectrum interoperability, and I think that he could leave the FCC saying, I was the pro-competition chairman. I hit the trifecta we think that every one of our members would appreciate that.
Do you expect maybe with the election, I mean, if a new administration comes in, or even if Janikowski does leave, I mean, what kind of changes do you see because of the election? Are you looking forward to it? I mean, are you concerned about anything, or are you just kind of waiting to see what happens like everybody else is?
Well, the election is going to come as sure as the sun shines or sun rises, it's going to happen. And so we're going to figure out how to deal with it. There's been a lot of discussion of rewrite of the 96 Telecom Act, huge policy issues on the agenda. Luckily, in telecom world, we've enjoyed over the past decade or more a bipartisan consensus on sound policy toward telecom, and we hope that we can sort of re-engage Congress on that. What is fair, just, and reasonable on economic impact of telecom policy? And I think we have a really bipartisan support on the Hill for any changes should be done in a way that is going to be fair and open and promote competition. And I think we have a strong support on the Hill for that type of approach. And I think hopefully again we'll have a bipartisan telecom policy.
Sounds good. Well, great. Appreciate it. Thanks so much again, Steve, for the time today.
And
Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Again, this is Dan Meyer with RCR Wireless News at the CCA show in Las Vegas. Thanks.